Hello everyone, today I'm going to do another Valentine's Day card. This one's called Showered with Love. I'm using a pre-folded card here. I believe it came from a set from Michaels. And I have a chevron pattern from Bella Boulevard. This is cut to 3 7/8 by 5 inches. Then I have a pink pattern here, or I have a piece of white cardstock that's cut to 3.5 by 4 5/8. Then I have a piece of pink pattern paper here. It's got the damask on one side and it's light pink on the other side. This is my Mind's Eye Bohemia collection, and it's cut to 4 7/8 inches by 3 5/8 inches. Right, also, I pulled this piece of paper with the clouds on it from this 6x6 pad from SEI. It's Corinne is the line. I like the cloud because it has a little bit of embossing and texture on it, so it gives a little bit of interest to the card. This stamp set is American Crafts. It's called Terrace, and I'm using the umbrella with the hearts raining down under it, and it says Showered with Love. First step to this card is to do the postage edge punch all the way around the light pink pattern paper. I'm going to skip over a little bit of this here in a moment so you don't have to watch me punch the entire card, but I'm just lining up my edges and just punching around the entire piece. Now I'm just going to do a little bit of fussy cutting and cut around this cloud. I was just trying to see which one looked best, so I decided to pick the bigger cloud. Since it is such a bigger card, you could easily make this card smaller and just use one of the smaller clouds, or even one of the clouds on the back of the chevron pattern paper, because it had a whole bunch of clouds on the back of that piece. Here's the little stamp, the little umbrella with the hearts that are raining under it. I'm going to stamp it using Memento Tuxedo Black ink, because I'm going to do just a little bit of Copic coloring on the hearts in just a moment. This is my go-to ink pad. I love the Memento Tuxedo Black. This Copic I'm using is R29. It is lipstick red, and I'm just coloring in the flowers. I mean, not the flowers, ooh, the hearts, rather. You could easily highlight the word love with this, with the Copic as well, but I just left it as it was. Now we can go ahead and start assembling the card. I like these pre-folded cards, but the only thing that bugs me about them is they never are folded exactly straight, so I always end up having to trim them off one side or another. I actually prefer to fold my own cards, but I have a whole collection of pre-folded cards, so I'm trying to use them up in different projects. Again, I have more of those photo squares that I'm using from Tuesday morning. The one that's by my house is actually closing, so they had everything 70% off, I believe, when I bought this, so I have a ton of them now. But they're great just to use on cards. I'm just centering it here with a little bit of a border around the whole piece. I'm using the foam adhesive squares on this white piece of cardstock to give it a little bit of height up off the card base. Again, centering it on top of the chevron pattern. And lastly, I'm going to center this pink piece on top of the white cardstock. And I just used some of the photo mounting squares to do this. I'm going to use two more or a few more of the foam adhesive squares to give this cloud a little bit of height up off the rest of the card as well. Adds a little bit of depth to the card. This card is pretty simple. There are only a few different things to it, but because of the different layers and the different colors, it makes it look a little bit more complex than it really is. I just want to do that cloud a little bit off center. And I was debating, you can see me tapping my fingers there, I was trying to decide what else to do. It seemed like it needed something. So I'm doing a little bit of stitching lines around, around the pink piece, but the stitching lines are actually on the white piece of cardstock. All right. And there you have it. That is the completed card. It's showered with love. You can see the texture on the cloud there. All right. Enjoy your day.